I started doing my 5-minute summation spots that I do pretty much off the cuff, and I moved from there to where I was doing taking notes, and I'm going to try and move a little bit more to the off the cuff perspective again. I think that's a pretty good way to work for me. I may decide that I want to start taking more notes, but anyway, I just kind of want to let you know if I kind of lose my train of thought a little bit today, if I'm not quite as on point as I have been in past, that is the reason for that. But really what I wanted to talk to you about today. Well, first of all, good morning. And it is, this is today's, obviously, Friday's 5-minute summation. It is the 25th of September, 2020. And I wanted to talk today about the concept of lame duck anything. And that particularly applies to sessions, right? Because that's the thing that everybody likes to apply it to and use it on. So what I wanted to say is this. There's been a lot of talk recently. Well, first of all, there are a lot of terms that people are using, and they're using them in some really ridiculous ways. And the lame duck one, is one that very recently there have been people using in ways that are not at all appropriate. Let me explain. So imagine you have a Congress, for example, okay? And that Congress is getting ready to go through an election cycle, right? That's pretty normal process that happens every election year, if you will, right? So that's how that works out. So that Congress is going through its election. So there are people who are essentially trying to make the statement that the current Congress is a lame duck Congress on the basis that their basis is that they're coming up on the election cycle. But that's not what a lame duck anything, and particularly session, is. A lame duck session is a period in which some group or individual performs their job duties knowing that they are going to be replaced as a result of elections having been duly run and the result having definitely been that somebody else was coming into power. So the first thing, obviously, is you got to have an election. And there hasn't been one yet. So the idea that the current Congress or the current president are lame duck is not possible because no elections have occurred. So we have no idea who's going to step into office in the coming, after the coming election. So no election, no way to tell whether or not they're lame duck. Again, here's an interesting fact. If an election has occurred, even if a number of people have been replaced, if the people by whom they've been replaced don't significantly change the balance of power from who was currently in office, guess what? You're not talking about a lame duck session particularly, because they're just going to do the things that are probably going to be forwarded into the next group of people who come into power if they're basically the same power base that was in power before. Here's the thing. Let's say for just a second that isn't the case. Okay? Let's say that what happens is there's a replacement of the people who have been in power, and it's a fairly convincing slide in a given direction. So let's say, for example, we had a very right-leaning Congress, and let's say that left-leaning folks end up taking over in lots of places so that the balance of power shifts leftward. Let's say that happens, okay? Does that mean that the people who are currently in office should just stop what they're doing? Everything's fine. You don't have to continue. Or here's another thought. Does it mean that they ought to start doing what the new, more left-leaning folks are supposed to be doing? My answer to both questions is really simple. It's no. They were put in power to do particular things. They need to finish up doing the things that they were doing while they're in power, okay? And it doesn't really matter that the current mandate seems to be pointing in the other direction. And I might point out that mandate is kind of a strong word in many instances because you remember elections are staggered on purpose, right? So that there's continuity in various entities in Congress. The same thing applies for the president. even if the president ends up getting replaced, hey, guess what? That doesn't mean what he does now should be in line with what other people are expecting him to do. Okay, I'm basically out of time, but basically, or I hope that you're getting the idea that people are abusing the concept lame duck at this point. That's not what's going on, or at least we don't know. We don't have any idea. No election has occurred. If no election has occurred, how can you possibly say that the current people in office are lame duck in their positions? All right, so I'm going to wrap up. Again, my social media stuff I have a separate clip for, so I'm not going to do any of that here. I hope you have an excellent day. Hope your Friday is a good one. I hope you're closing out your week in a satisfactory, at least, way. Maybe yours is a little better than mine. Mine hadn't been so great today, but that's just life, and we deal with it. I hope you have a good weekend. I will probably try and get the chance to discuss some things this weekend as well. I'm almost ready to do my next Chomsky chapter summary, though I have to kind of sit down. The problem is on this one, I disagree with Mr. Chomsky, Dr. Chomsky a lot, or I have to at least think about what he said. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to your busy day. I know that most people today are probably working hard to get themselves ready for that weekend where they can do the things that they more or less want to do. I hope you're able to do that. I hope you're able to do some things that you enjoy so that it takes a little bit of the edge off for the work week. You have a great day, and I'm not sure. I may get a chance to do a video tomorrow or a video Sunday or both. If I don't, I will certainly see you on Monday, and hopefully I'll have something good to say then. I haven't had a problem to this point, and I don't see that being an issue as time goes on. So have a great day. Have a good weekend. Hopefully things will be good for you, and we will see you at very latest on Monday. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more content from me of various kinds, you can go a number of places. One of those places is my blog, which is blogs.kpschubert.com. I have a Twitter, a Parler, and a Minds.com account, and my handle on each of those is at kpschubert. That is at kpschubert. You can also see my Facebook page, which is Kurt's Religion and Politics. I also have a YouTube account and a Rumble account, and have a channel on each of those. Again, it's the Kurt's Religion and Politics channel. And finally, if you want to support me, you can go to Patreon, and you can find me under Kurt's Religion and Politics there as well. Thanks again for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.